And our verse is 1 Timothy 6:10. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil, for which some have strayed from the faith in their greediness, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. And we all know, as Christians, that we've heard this verse a lot, that people misquote it constantly. In fact, in one of the fare shuttles this week, I saw a sign by their tip box that said, money is the root of all evils, so cleanse yourself, you know. But we know, it says the love of money, right? In Matthew 6:24, it tells us that we cannot serve God and mammon. And mammon is usually translated as money, though it can mean a lot of things, because all those things that take the place of God. But no man can serve two masters. And so in this verse, it tells us that the love of money is the root of all evil, while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Different version. So if there is love of money, it pulls you away from God. So basically, in the whole thing of not serving two masters, you either have the love of money or you have the love of God. One versus the other. That's all there is to it. We have to hold what God gives us in all the riches of this world loosely, because there's a reason he gave it to you. And if he finds that we do better with him when we don't have those blessings, he's going to take them away. One of the pastor's thing is when he's counseling people and they say, well, you know, such and such keeps me from church, or this keeps me, and, you know, that kind of thing. What if God takes that? If it's, oh, my children, you know, I need to do this with them, that, you know, they got soccer, they have whatever. If children are keeping you away from the house of the Lord, what if God takes away those things? What if God takes away the children? If anything gets in the way of God, he is not reluctant to take that away, because he desires a relationship with you above all else. Amen. So in order to be used of God, to be blessed of God, to use his blessings and to get to enjoy his blessings, we need to have his love above everything else, all right? His love above everything else, because it will, Bible says it will pull you away from God. Your greediness will pull you away from God. And then it says, and pierce themselves through with many sorrows. So misplaced love, especially of money, greed, and sorrow are all connected. All right? So greed and the love of money and sorrow are all connected. Another verse tells us that in God's blessings, anything he gives you, there is no sorrow. And you heard me say this before. If there's anything, God doesn't give you anything with sorrow. So if you've got, you know, $500 car payment on the car that God gave you, it's not going to stress you out. It's not going to give you sorrow. God doesn't give things that bring sorrow. We have to keep that in mind when we're making financial decisions. There is no sorrow with God's blessings. Amen. All right? If it comes with sorrow, it's not of God. All right, for the love of money is the root of all evil. And that evil, is the evil part, especially, is the pulling away from God. That's the worst. All right, that's the worst thing that can happen to you. All right, let's stand and bring the Lord's tithe this morning. We'll be receiving the offering in a little bit.